What's going on over there?
Unforgivable. This is unforgivable. Do you understand what I am saying? The movie is late. It is the same level as bad as if the plane arrived late.
But the movie...
What? I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting my time.
What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there is no emergency, please return to your seat, sir.
Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit being to go to foot down sit to do. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you are innocent yet?
If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now.
What? Nonsense. Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken?
Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more.
Fine, suit yourself.
Give me a testimony, Mr. Weird Foreigner.
I'm certain that I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was in the needles of my pocket which pointed to the 6 on the 12.
That could be other times.
The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes?
Also, your eyes could be wrong.
Then you, the only person in the lounge at the time, must be the criminal.
Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me.
My eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Hurry, do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you?
Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow, and fast.
Rebuttal. I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator.
Hold it!
Okay. Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time?
Of course, I saw what was inside.
And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone?
Yes, the only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man.
This last outburst is a bit too important to let go. Yeah, okay, I like how they just auto-add it to the testimony when you find it. The only person inside, okay. Was he really alone?
Of course, I will bet even 1 cent.
A cheap ante for a cheap testimony. But if that's how you want to play it, I'll happily take your 1 cent. I'm going all in. I'm throwing in a penny.
It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 on the 12.
Hold it!
I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking. Is that correct?
Oh, you noticed that it is a very expensive antique, I will have you know. The feeling is wonderful when I fully wind it up by hand. Tick, 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 tick. Gives me the trembles.
It does look very well designed and quite classy.
I will have to charge you if you want to touch it.
That's quite alright. Let's continue with your testimony.
What a cheap man you are. Now return the time you wasted back to me. And if we must, I saw Mr. Hicks into the elevator at 6 o'clock. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes?
Hold it!
It's true that I found the victim's body at 6:15.
And that's when I found the 2 of them as well.
You see, it all matches my testimony. The Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal.
Hold it!
The criminal.
That is the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of.
Hold it! No, your silly opinion is what is mistaken.
Please calm down, the both of you. In essence, you are both mistaken.
Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. I spy a little hole in his words. As you wish, Mr. LeBlanc, I will now show you proof of my innocence. Alright. Someone's into the elevator. What do we have to throw at him? He definitely did go in the elevator. So I feel like the schedule on the Sky magazine is going to be really important for him because he thinks the movie is late because it was supposed to start at 6? That's confusing. Meals, drinks, movie. All times correspond to our departure time zone. Yes, we have evidence that... Because the thing we added was the only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. But we have grape juice prints that show that there was another... Let's see. Victim supposedly gone... I think it is the footprints to show that there was a second person in the elevator. Mr. LeBlanc.
What is it?
There is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony.
What do you mean?
Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There at the spilled grape juice.
Yes, and will you admit you also spilled it with the blood?
No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints.
Footprints? Print of photos?
Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth?
Can you please translate for us? No way! That's totally impossible, I guess is what he said.
No way, that is totally impossible! Unless there was no other person in there. I saw with my own eyes.
If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us.
I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? Sweating bullets over here, buddy.
I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me. And I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear there was no one else inside. No one.
Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down.
What? Dare you two have an issue with my eyewitness testimony?
No, not at all. Please, forget I said anything.
Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. But I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. I think his clock is slow. Or at least it's maybe in the wrong time zone, and that's the problem. So maybe his beautiful antique watch is correct, but he didn't actually set it correctly to the time zone they left from. Well, let's press everything and see what falls out.
I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat.
Hold it!
Why? So are you still upset now?
I'm always upset. The only time I am not is when I have a piece of art in my hand.
It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him.
But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. I was always checking the time over and over again.
Hold it!
Why? Why were you so attentive to the time?
Because something unforgivable was happening.
Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier.
I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time in money. You understand the point?
Movie? Is it talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and the start time. Interesting.
There is supposed to show license to love, laugh, meme, and murder. I wish to have such a license because I do not do any of those things and would like to do them all. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. We in Borginian kind of strict. I looked forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible, so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board.
That's why you're wrong. It's from the departure time, not the destination time. You big dum-dum. Put that in your thing so I can hit you with it.
So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. But the movie was still late. Very, very late.
Hold it!
Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about it, if that's all right.
The movie I wanted to see would not start, so I checked my pocket watch many times.
Hold it!
So this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine?
Yes. No. Yes. I was looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Meme, and Murder.
Mr. Nero, was this movie shown on this flight?
Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time.
Isn't it possible you simply slept through it by accident?
Nonsense! You doubt me?
No, now stop pointing at me like that. Well, how did he miss a movie that he was clearly hoping to see?
I checked my pocket watch a great number of times. That much I know for sure. My watch is set to my destination's time. I always set it when I board the plane.
We're gonna hit him with this, but I want to press everything first. This is definitely the one. You're sure about what you just testified, Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes, of course. I'm a very busy man. I'm immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch.
I see. That was a very valuable statement you just made.
Flatter me all you want, but you will not get 1 cent out of me unless you have art.
That's all right. All I require is this piece of testimony.
I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me.
Hold it!
But we'll see what else he has to say. Since you only happened to see him, is it possible that you missed something in that glance?
Even if I only happened, I did not miss a thing.
And how can you be so sure?
Just because.
I would appreciate it if you didn't take my life so lightly with a simple just because.
Well, then I was only making the joke. I saw Mr. Hicks, alright? And I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering.
Hold it!
Is it possible that someone was hiding inside?
Right! You dare insult me? I have belief in my eyesight. When I look for art to sell, I'm told often I have a great sight for the arts.
I think the phrase you were looking for was great sense, although that's debatable. But isn't it possible someone was just outside your line of sight?
You are persistent, I tell you I look clearly.
But you don't have X-ray vision.
Fine. Pedestrians are with no one else inside. No one!
Hold it!
Why do you insist that you are absolutely not mistaken?
Because when I say I'm not wrong, I am not wrong.
Mr. LeBlanc, if I may, I think beyond misconceptions and mistakes lies the truth.
Funny, that suspiciously mirrors something I told her only a little while ago.
I honestly don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying.
I don't think he's lying either. But I think he might be mistaken about something.
Mistaken?
Yes, and I'm going to correct his mistaken recollection with evidence.
In his professional attendant shall release the prowess of a professional prosecutor.
Yes. So we go to the statement about setting the watch to the destination's time, in which you are a dum-dum, because according to the Sky magazine, all times shown corresponded to our departure time zone. You changed your watch too soon, and thus you were off for the rest of the flight.
Objection!
Logic button. Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony.
I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board.
Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination.
Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents.
I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe the Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tenero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now?
We made a short stop at a transfer point.
That's right. It was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhengfa.
But we didn't get just our onboard clocks at that time. So right now, we're still running on Borginian time.
What?
Wait, so we went from Europe, we went from Borginia in Europe, we had a stopover in a small Asian country, right? And then we're going to Los Angeles? I know we're going to Japan, and this flight course makes sense for Japan, but the localization gets... Okay. The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. Which only makes sense if you're going across the Atlantic, but it's... Okay. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. It seemed to be running 3 hours fast when it was actually 9 hours behind. And you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m.
Mais 1,000,000 cents.
This should clear up all of the remaining accusations.
So this technically widens the time frame for the time of death, right?
Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim into the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing?
I got something to say.
And you are?
Yeah, I'm Cammy Meal. I'm a flight attendant. Hi.
And what is it you wish to say?
Well, I think your story's a little different from now. I remember how I remember the things. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know? Yeah. Yeah.
What? How can you be so sure of the time?
Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point.
The stop we made for refueling and cargo transfer in Zhengfa, correct? Okay.
Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks.
And during that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones board this flight?
No. Not a single person got off on in Zengfa.
What about the flight crew?
The few who were standing the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off. But eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane.
So basically I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. I should keep that in mind. Okay?
Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Acme Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m.
Okay, testimony. Picking up lots of clues. Alright, and that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m.
Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth?
I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zengfa. Ah!
You are his old time from 5, yes? Then you are the only one who could be the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards?
Unfortunately, yes.
But then how do we explain the footprints?
Is it not that obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waited to kill him! And then he put the corpse into the elevator! That is when the turbulence happened! My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken. But what time I saw Mr. Hicks into the elevator on the second floor does not matter! Because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge!
Everything happened in this lounge? Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc?
Do you have another idea?
I simply feel that there is something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is there something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge? Made a brief stop from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. He was in his seat when we took off again at 5. Let's see. Looks like something's been dragged, so he could have dragged him in and then walked back out. I think the dragging and the fact that the elevator goes down a floor is also a little suspicious. I think the only thing we've got right now is the evidence of dragging. These footprints, in which direction do you think these are headed?
That would be the...
Excuse me, guys.
That would be the in-flight shop.
Correct, they are headed in the direction of the shop.
But they look disconnected, they end all of a sudden.
You are right to point out that they do not form one continuous trail to the shop. However, there is another piece of evidence that connects the shop to our crime scene. Besides the footprints, what else points to the in-flight shop? The piggy bank.
Take that!
The murder weapon, this little piggy bank, is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious?
Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you're innocent at all.
Is there no way to win with this man?
If I may.
What is it?
You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says.
And why do you know this so well, huh?
Well, it's just that the piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes.
And when was this?
It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.
Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence?
That's right.
You were in the shop just before the turbulence.
Yes, I was.
Come to think of it, Mr. Nero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door.
Yes, I did.
And what is beyond that door?
That's the flight attendant's room.
Then you are on the first floor.
Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and into the flight attendant's room.
Are you saying you passed by me at some point?
Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by.
I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was.
Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there.
Why did you go to the shop in the first place?
I went there for a work-related matter.
What you say?
Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities.
Why did you not say anything about that until now? Is what I want to know.
In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over?
Shall we head over there then?
What is it now?
Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. But I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we are all right. Huh? That's weird.
What is?
Well, I just talked to the captain, see? He said that he didn't give me permissions or anything like that at all.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenero?
It means she's lying. Come on, admit that you are. You said that you had permission to search all over, but you don't. And yet here you are.
You flight attendant! What are you trying to do? Put the ship over us?
The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way.
Mr. Nero, why would you do such a thing?
Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now! Hooray! Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth. If you will follow me, I will be your guide from now on.
There's something about Miss Tenero that has piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority.